Hi Capricorn, this is your horoscope for April 2018. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. From the 1st of April until the 15th of April, we have Saturn, your ruler, conjunct Mars in your first house of self and in your sign of Capricorn. So Saturn is about structure and security. Mars is the planet of drive, desire, and moving things forward. And they're at 8 degrees in your sign of Capricorn. So for the first 15 days of April, it's going to be really interesting, and it's a very subtle energy. You're going to ask yourself how you're working, how you're using your power, and whether you're using that power in an appropriate way and that's aligned with your higher self. So are you acting in a way that feels congruent to who you are on the inside? And that applies to all areas of your life. Relationships, work, the way you think and communicate. Are you expressing yourself and are you being yourself in relationships, or are you putting on masks and wearing or putting on facades to please other people? Are you working in a job that really serves you or that you're just doing for the money? This is like a personal stock take here at the beginning of the astrological new year. And the astrology is asking you to really take stock of your life and to say, am I in the right place? Am I doing the things which are aligned with my life purpose? Am I doing what I've come back into this lifetime for? And do I feel satisfied and happy with what I'm doing? So those are big questions. And in my experience, answering those big questions can only be done through a spiritual practice like meditation or yoga and connecting with your higher self, which has all of those answers. Now, on the 16th of April, we have a new moon in Aries, and a new moon is when the sun and the moon sit together. The moon goes totally black and it recharges its batteries. Now, the important thing for you is that it happens in your fourth house of family, and what that does is it allows you to step into your own power, and it really makes you very decisive in terms of how you want your family relationships to progress. So that's your family of birth, and that's also your own family that you've created. What do you want to happen in the future with your family? Do you want to move as a family so that your children have a better education? Or is there behavior that you think needs sorting out? So it could be that you feel very strongly about a certain issue and that you have a family sit down and a family meeting and you discuss these things. And you're going to be very decisive because also on the 16th of April, Mercury, the communication planet, goes direct, and that's also in your fourth house of family. Mercury has been in retrograde for the last couple of weeks, and it's made it difficult for you to decipher and to understand what's going on in your family relationships. If there is conflict, who's to blame? Are both people to blame? Is it the circumstances? And it's been very difficult for you to untangle the truth of what's been going on. Now with Mercury going direct, you have a crystal clear understanding of what the situation is. You stand in your own power and you take it upon yourself to resolve the issue. So you can really intervene in your family situations if there are problems or conflict and make it better through communication. On the 17th of April through until the 6th of September, we have Saturn going retrograde, so for a very long time. And Saturn retrograde, your ruler, gives you the power to say no and to unravel situations that no longer serve you and to dismantle parts of yourself that you don't like. So for the first 15 days of the month, you were really doing a personal stock take and inventory. And now that you've done that, you're letting go of the things that you no longer need. Because you've done that inner work, you're letting go of parts of yourself that really have no purpose. So if you fell into a pattern of gossiping a lot, you'll see that that didn't serve you and you'll be able to let that go. If you realize that you had fallen into a pattern of working in jobs in which you were constantly underpaid and overworked, you'll be able to let that go in a very easy and holistic way. On the 22nd of April, we have another really long retrograde, because these outer planets, when they retrograde, they stay in retrograde for a long time. So Pluto goes retrograde from the 22nd of April until the 30th of September. And that allows you to let go of inner wounds and to take responsibility for yourself. So the things that have happened, the faulty thinking or the personality traits that you've picked up over time that you haven't been happy with, you've now taken an inventory of yourself and you've let those go. So instead of feeling guilty and continuing on the way you have been, you have done something about it. You can forgive yourself, let go of the negative and replace that with positive things by taking responsibility for your actions moving forward. So this month is really a month of sorting things out, both for yourself and you in connection with your family. And because you're also working on yourself, it's not like you're going into the family situation and pointing fingers and bullying people and saying, you're wrong and you're wrong. You're looking at yourself and you're looking at what part you play in the situation. And because you're doing that, it works. It's like comedians who tell jokes about other people, they've got to put themselves down as well to create that balance, you know? So you really have the ability to make changes because you have such great insight into yourself and other people and the relationships and how they can work. On the 25th of April, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, moves into Gemini in your 6th house, and that allows you to feel a new sense of optimism and energy, especially when it comes to your daily routine, your physical health, and your work. So you start looking at other options, you decide what can I do that's fun, that excites me, and you go through different doorways and you look at other options which will serve you better in future now that you're a different person. On the 30th of April, we have a full moon in Scorpio. And again, I'll make a separate video on this to go into more detail, but it's important that it happens in your 11th house of hopes and dreams. And it sits on top of the lucky planet Jupiter, both in Scorpio. So this full moon is really important. You've done all the work here during the month. If you listen to your guidance, your feelings on the 30th, you'll be given answers that will help you to realize your hopes and dreams moving forward. So it's very important to have some quiet time during that full moon at the end of the month, because it will give you really, really important insights which will support you in fulfilling your life purpose. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you next month.